What's up, guys? Blackout and Whiteout here with the long awaited return. This week we did Your Line April. Um, we were supposed to do this about a year ago, but things happened and we finally gotten back to it. This is going out the Saturday before good old Valentine's Day. So if you definitely want a anime that's gonna make your heart twinkle, this is the one for you. Um, Also, if you want it to just snap in half and break, this one's for you too. So like always, there will be spoilers. First question, all right. What was your favorite and least favorite part of the show? Do you want to go first or me? Well,
Go ahead,
I would
man.
have to say for this, my favorite
This
part
is
was the story by far. Uh, we definitely dive into the main character's head. Arima, a former child
yes.
prodigy who has a tragic life to this point and finds his love for piano playing again. Uh, and then from there, we get to meet probably one of the greatest characters ever, Kaori.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
from there, I just feel the story takes off and goes to places that the mind doesn't want to go, but it goes.
Okay. So, what
Oh,
was your
least
least
favorite?
favorite part then?
Probably the ending, to be honest. The ending leaves you with a dark hole in your heart. Uh, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, it kind of does show you what is happening, but it doesn't show you what will happen exactly. If you know what I'm saying, like most shows,
Their final song,
uh, I like
or are you talking about
an
how it
open
was?
ending.
It left an open ending.
For like me specifically, I like to have a very definitive ending. Like I don't know, let's like the Star Wars movie, like Episode 6. You know, Luke and Darth Vader, they have that moment. He dies, and then they have like that final scene where he's burning his dad's body and all that. Like that's a definitive end. Whereas this show, it show like after this tragedy that strikes, it just shows like 6 months after, and there's a lot to interpret in terms of like who he will he end up with uh his best friend pretty much, or will he not? I mean, that's the things that troubled me, like that keep me up at night thinking, what happened?
No. Okay. So, Blackout, he's somebody who roughly goes to sleep way before I do. And I went to sleep one day. I wake up, a text popped up through my phone, and it was right after we got done watching the show. He's like, "Bro,
Yep.
I'm still
I
thinking about
remember
the
that.
show." He's been on the show. He's been thinking about the
Dude,
show for
yeah,
what,
and
a
like the
whole
thing is,
week
like we
now?
watched. I remember we watched
It's
it,
just
and like I think we played maybe like a video game or something like afterwards for like half hour. Then you went to bed because you had to work the next morning. I'm pretty sure I stayed up for like 3 hours after that, just watching like reviews on the anime and like like all the different theories and everything. And like the sad part is like 2 3 days later, I went back to the same reviews and the same videos and rewatched them. And yeah. So
oh
how about
wow,
you?
man. Okay, so um, my favorite. It's hard for me to say my favorite part. Again, it is. I think I watched Your Line April
I don't
weekly,
know how you
back
could.
in 2014. It was my favorite anime to come out of 2014. It After like episode 11 or so, it did get really hard to do, but I did. Luckily, I had like Parasite and I'll Know a Zero, I think, at the time, and so I had other shows to watch too. But my favorite part of this anime is the character development of
Okay.
Arima. So when we, just like you said, when we first meet him, he's a broken
Can't hear the
individual.
music.
He does he can't hear the music. He's very like he sees everything. He sees the world in monotone color. Everything's in black and white to him. He has like no ambition, no almost no emotion. And then
Mm-hmm.
he falls in love with Kaori. And then he starts to see color. He even though he can't see the music, it's no longer a curse. It's a gift. And Kaori's bringing him up, making him a better person, while she is slowly dying.
Yeah, it's almost
Spoiler alert,
like
as we already
she
said. But anyway,
gives her life to make his life full again, and that's
yeah.
sad. That's
And
deep.
then when he's at his peak, like nothing can tear him down. She takes a turn for the worst, and she goes into despair. And Arima brings her out of despair. I loved it. By far, my favorite part of the show is like what people who are closest to you can do for you. My least favorite part of the show, again, it's really hard to tell. Everything was just so well done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really everything. Uh, but just like with you, I hate to use the same answer or same thing that you said is the ending. I I like an ending that is
Like
very much
solidifies everything.
very much yeah, like even at when the credits roll by, I would like a thing that says Arima continuing to play
Yeah,
piano, like stuff like that. I'm that type of person where
yeah, yeah. Because
I want to know.
like he
So
was probably at that time the best piano player in Japan in the eighth grade, and like the whole thing, and like a major part of the story was about him going to a piano school, and what's her uh yeah, Subaki was trying to get into a school that was close to his school because obviously she has feelings for him. Like, what happened there? Did she ever get in? Did he get in? Did he go there? We don't know. Even though
yeah,
that it played a major part in a character's development. I mean, she goes from like a low
yeah,
C student to like getting B's and A's just to be able to be with him. But we don't see the end result, and I just ah makes
yeah.
me mad.
And I would like to clarify still
Oh,
is even though the ending is
yep.
open and very bittersweet, I still love it to no extent. In fact, I would own a series if Aniplex didn't license it.
Always expensive, that's for sure.
But um, yeah. So we move on to the next one. What can this anime do better? And for personally, for me, again, we've already said it, the ending. And honestly, some of the characters did not have a lot of uh, background. Like Watari, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, we know he's a playboy, and that's it. He's supposedly Arima's best friend, but I mean, really, Tsubaki is
Yep.
really Arima's best friend. But yeah, again, that's what I thought.
I
What about you, man?
true. This is tough. I kind of wish that the openings were more memorable. Maybe not memorable, but I mean, like we when we watch, pretty much like I'll always watch the opening for the first episode just to see what it's like, and if it's good, I will continually watch it. But it's just these ones weren't didn't grab my attention, so I just skipped them. And I mean, if that's the only really bad thing about a show, then they have nothing to worry about. But I sort of kind of just wish there was more to the openings. Next one.
Okay.
Uh Obviously this one is gonna be a tough one, but like who is the best character overall? I'm pretty sure I know what you're gonna say. But go for it.
I don't think you do. You might actually.
Yep,
Favorite
that's
character
what
is
I figured.
Arima, just for that fact. Okay, just again, I hate reiterating, but I have to. His character arc and his personality just goes a complete 180, and he goes from somebody who I relate to somebody who I would like to strive to be. That
Okay.
makes sense. And me relating to him is not always a good thing because I personally I feel I have a pretty shitty personality. And anyway, but and my least favorite character is again Wataru. Just because he
Okay.
didn't really get too much.
Yeah.
He didn't really get a character arc. Uh, Emmy though, Emmy was like the piano that liked him for his old playing. She was up there as well,
Yeah.
even though she got very little screen time, and so was Nagi, uh,
Mm-hmm.
Takeshi's brother or sister. Those were all really solid characters for having so little of screen time, and it just sucks that Watari, who had
They
all
didn't
the
do
screen
anything.
time, um, really didn't have any. Yeah, the most we got out of him is, hey, even though she likes me, you should still go for her, man. And I get, yeah, that's a good friend because personally, I would tell you to back off and nicely. I'll tell you nicely. But
uh
anyway, what about you, man?
so for me, it's a tough one. Like as I'm sitting here right now, still thinking about this. I would have to say for me, it has to be Kaori. I mean, she she was the driving force behind this anime. You know, she moved the plot along. Yeah,
She pulled
and
it
I
along.
like that. I mean, I also love how she put on this front for everyone, even though like she knew that something bad could happen and could leave everyone, devastated, which pretty much happened. I mean, I just like her will, her strength, trying to live on to play that final song with Arima, and it was just like so inspirational. I mean, like the hospital scene when
Yeah,
she's doing physical therapy and she's just doing like 110% just to walk, and you just see that desire, her will,
yeah.
her fire within to keep pushing forward, even though like she keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Um, but probably like for me, like the worst or least favorite or whatever you want to say, I'd have to agree with you, Watsuri. Um, I mean, I do like that they did like a few like sports reference, like they mentioned like the Ballon d'Or and uh like him going to England to play soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. Um, just I mean that's the only thing I really like, just because like I'm a sports guy, so I can appreciate those little subtle nuances. Um, but I think one of the other like amazing characters is definitely Takeshi. Uh, I love her like her story. Um, or yeah, not
Oh, the
Takeshi.
little girl?
Yeah, no, Nagi, right? Nagi. Takeshi's
Nagi.
uh her older
Yeah,
brother. Nagi. I like how
the brother.
we see her like basically try to bring Arima up, so then her brother can like beat him at full strength. Kind of like, yeah, like you
Yeah,
see how
no,
much she cares
correct.
for her brother, that she's willing to get taught by someone who she kind of despises at first, but eventually like not falls in love, but like eventually starts liking, as like a friend. Maybe,
He kind of
yeah,
like almost
towards the end.
admires
And
him.
like I just like how she she just put her all into trying to raise Arima back up to where he was before. Um, and another part, like I love their duet, Arima and Nagi. It was so powerful, and
Yeah.
just the fact that uh Kaori got to listen to it just makes my heart warm inside.
And she didn't like it at first either. She was, or she liked the music, but she called him a jackass. She's like, how dare you make
Yeah.
me listen to that music? And
Hmm.
it's exactly what
She
she
needed
needed.
that like
She's just like,
boost
yeah.
of hope almost.
Uh, we wrote down one like we wrote down a question like because usually some shows would go on and it's like I don't know I think I might want to drop the show. But did any part of the show make you want to drop it at
Yes.
all?
Um you ready?
Explain.
Uh when
Yeah.
we when she dies, I was like I literally just wanted to stop right there. I'm like, nope. Yeah.
So the very
I was
end,
like, nope, don't want to. Nope, that's it, done.
you so
No, but like, I mean, I I didn't really have any like true point in like the show where I wanted to drop it. In fact, like each episode kind of just builds and builds and builds, and you just want to continue. So, how about you?
when we get to some of the scenes where Kaori is not feeling well, and there's a scene in particular where when Arima confesses and she says, "I'm not gonna always be there for you," or she speaks it under her breath or something like that, or in her head, "I'm not always gonna be there for you." Um, I kept thinking that oh, they're laying on the hints too hard, so there's no way she's gonna die, right? And then when she loses her ability to walk for the first time, and she has this emotional breakdown, which like tore into my soul. I went to go look up the manga to see if she lives or dies, and if she dies, I'm gonna end it right there and pretend it's a happy anime. And sadly, the manga
Either.
wasn't finished.
Yeah.
Wasn't finished, so
Uh,
I couldn't do that. So I was stuck watching it, but I'm glad I didn't, because there's times when you're like, okay, I want to watch something sad, or I want to watch something scary, but at that point in time, I was like, I definitely don't want to watch something sad, and yeah, well, it
unfortunately.
was.
Uh, all right. So,
Yeah, that's really it for me.
last question. You ready? Was it worth watching? Obviously, you watched it twice. I've watched it once. Was it worth watching? Both the first time or both times?
Uh, I didn't watch it twice, right? I watched it.
Oh,
This is
third
my
time.
third time watching it because I watched it last year in April when we were supposed
Okay.
to watch it. So, which is part of the reason why I wanted to watch it with you. So, like, we were
And
kind of
watch it.
forced to both sit down and watch it. And yeah, instead of like me watching it, like, you need to
Yeah.
finish the show, man. And because we're both procrastinators at heart, and it
Yep.
sucks. But anyway, um, dude, I watched it twice in Japanese. This is the first time in English, and all three times have been equally amazing. It just keeps getting better and better the more I watch it.
It
How about you?
was worth every minute of the 22 episodes. It was worth every YouTube video that I watched
Why?
after. Every minute I spent reading theories on Reddit and Google. It 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 was worth it completely. Um, I mean,
Good.
it.
Now,
I got one more thing to say, really quick.
um,
I think
go
what
on.
made it even more worth it was being able to
Okay.
watch it with you. Just because we can no that way we can like
Oh
bounce
yeah.
ideas off of each other. Well, now I would ask you, and you'd be like, I don't know, maybe this, maybe that. So like I don't like
Yeah.
if I was just watching this by myself, I would have been like kind of like almost like a caged animal. Like ideas would have been bouncing off my head with nowhere to go. So it was like a nice little like release. And there was a few times, I had to, because we watched it on Netflix through Xbox. So there's a few times like I had to mute my mic, and for those sad moments.
No,
Uh,
there. Yeah, there was a time when I'm sorry to go on a tangent. I know this has ran pretty long so far. We wanted to stop to cut down the length, and here we are. But there's a time when Kaori has her mental breakdown, and she's crying to Arima, and like I don't want to die, and all this, and then you hear his mic, you hear Blackout's mic go mute, mine goes mute again, and then as soon as it ends. I unmute mine. I'm like, so how's that? And then I hear him unmute, and then we
and it was,
start cracking up laughing.
it was like
It was
sad
for
laughs.
something so
Like it's
yeah.
almost like
It was so
the
sad,
stages
but
of
it was just funny
denial.
because we
Like
both
it was like the very first stage where we were like just laughing, like, oh,
yeah.
this isn't real, ha ha ha. Like yeah.
It was just amazing because we both knew that each other muted their mics for one particular reason because somebody was in our
Yeah, I
room
don't know how it
splashing
got
water all
there.
over our faces and stuff. It was
Ugh.
weird. But it was just like when we
Yeah,
unmuted, it's
yep.
like, yeah,
And it was
okay,
like a
we
good
know.
like 2 minutes of straight like we'd laugh and then we'd both stop and then all of a sudden like we just start going again laughing. Uh so uh
Yeah. So I did have two particular
I,
little short questions that I wanted to ask you because this is you know it's
go for it.
just little tiny ones. We've already touched on this a little bit, but what part did any part of the show make you cry? Or no, sorry. Did someone in your room come and splash water on your face when we watched the show? And like, what was like the most intense time when they used like a couple bottles of water?
All right. So obviously somehow like I tried to do a bottle flip and the cap wasn't on and it got all over my face a few times. Honestly like probably episodes like 15 through 22. There's at least one time each episode, probably right around there. Maybe there's
Yep.
like one or two where there wasn't. But for me, honestly, probably the saddest part for me was when they're on the roof and she basically asked him like die with me or do you want to kill yourself with me? Um,
Oh, you're talking about when she's like in laying in bed and he walks through the door and she's
yeah, but
like,
like
"Hey, you want
wasn't
to kill
it like
yourself?"
after like
Like, all like
they went outside
monotone
when it was
and
snowing too?
yeah. Well, it was
Oh,
when
he
they were
won't.
snowing. He says that he won't
And
kill
it was
himself.
like that moment. Um,
Yeah.
that was probably the saddest, just because like uh, that was intense, and man, like and like she's like, I'm gonna try to live for you, I'm gonna do the surgery just for you, and dude, I'm just getting emotional talking about it right now.
Yeah.
Like it's such a beautiful scene that
See,
yeah.
yeah, my two parts were like uh it was raining outside and the roof caved in and water came up all over the room in my face and my anyway, um uh the the worst parts were on the roof when she, begs him or not really begs him, but she's crying and says
Yep.
I don't want to die, I'm scared. please don't leave me or whatever. That was rough. And then the last time was
I
when
agree.
he was reading the note, and we find out, about the why it's called Your Lie in April and all the things that she
And her
lied
favorite
about and
picture.
hid from him. Yeah, it was all rough. That's why I love the ending. It's just
It
so
really
bittersweet.
is. I mean,
But at the same time, I hate the ending. I don't hate it. It
like I
just
don't
I don't know.
like how do you I don't know like how you move past that like for him like I
Yeah,
how do you love another person after that? How do you
dude, I
it's
I know.
like I guess I mean
Like
yeah, like
makes you feel bad for
Tsubaki I guess
Tsubaki.
would be like the only other person you could possibly love because like she's been with him forever, but it's still it's I don't know. It'd be hard. At least for me it'd be hard to move on. Man, and I just all right. And another thing I hate like I almost feel like if she didn't write the letter, maybe she wouldn't have died. Like it's like those what ifs. Like you just had to write the letter. Literally, she wrote it right after that scene we were talking about on the roof, and she's like, "Oh, hey, it's weird
Yeah,
writing you, even though you were just here." And and like another thing, like
yeah.
does like Arima now like go visit her parents and just reminisce and so many questions.
See, well, in other words, what we're saying is if they took the like American approach, which is like sequel to everything, and they made like
Literally,
an
yeah, just
OVA or like
give me
one
10
or two
minutes.
episodes of
10 more minutes. That's all
just
I want. It doesn't have to, it could be
yeah.
stick figures for all I care.
So in other words,
It can just be text, like you're saying. Sorry,
and
go on.
then yeah, I would just anything. And then my final one was when you and me first started watching anime together. We watched shows like Darker Than Black, SAO,
Yeah.
Attack on Titan, Mirai Nikki, just like action shows, right? But the greatest thing about us doing anime on Blast is I've got you to watch so
I
many
think
more
we've
things
seen like the
than
two like
like
saddest shows to do this. This and Anohana, for sure.
well,
Yeah.
they're two of the saddest shows.
You've
They're
seen worse?
trust me, I've seen one where it makes these look,
Uh
dude. It makes this look like nothing. But I don't worry, I won't make you watch it because there's two seasons. One's 24 episodes, and then towards the second season is when it gets
ah.
pretty bad, and that's
Okay.
too much of a commitment. But but yeah, but since we started this, we've watched shows Anohana, Monogatari, shows that if I didn't make you watch it,
No.
you probably wouldn't have watched them, right? I mean, hell, when when I first explained Monogatari to you, which is kind of hard to explain it, you had no interest of it. In fact, you watched the first episode, I think, when you stayed with me for a little bit, and you said it was stupid or something like that, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And now it's like it's one of our favorite. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's one of our favorites now. And do you would you like more shows like this, or would you like to go
I
back to our
would definitely
roots?
probably say that dude, I honestly like I sort of kind of want to experience like everything under the rainbow, you know? Like I don't want to have to stick to one genre, you know? So, like
Yeah, yeah.
see I like dramas. I
So
mean, like I watch, Arrow, Flash, and all those are superhero. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They're
WWE,
basic it is. They're
that's a
basically
drama. That's
all
a
it
soap
is.
opera.
They're superhero dramas. That's really what they are. So I mean, I would love more like this for sure. So
Okay, good. Because we normally stuck with like shonen shows. So I'm glad to see that you like
well, I mean,
shows that have no
technically
action in them
speaking,
at all.
according to Wikipedia, they classify this as a shonen.
I mean, is it though? Is it targeted to
I
young
don't think
boys?
so.
All right, and that was
I
all I
just
had
realized
to
that it's
ask you.
my turn to pick. No,
You
no,
had an
no,
extra
to
question?
pick. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Um, before we pick and let you know what we're doing next week, next Saturday, uh, let's quickly talk about a new show we're gonna start doing. It's called Anime Roulette or Annie Roulette. Haven't decided yet. Um, but basically, randomanime.org. We hit the random button, pretty much, and we watched the first episode, and basically whatever happens from there, we tell you if it's worth it or not. So, if you want to check that out, come back Wednesday.
It is
Oh yeah,
by far a
yeah.
blast.
We've recorded a few of them right now, and they're so much fun. We've found some of the best. We've also found some of the worst.
Yeah, but then we found one that we hated, but had surprisingly
Yeah.
really good reviews
Yep.
about, which was
So
weird. But
yeah, come back Wednesday for that. So always remember to subscribe so you can see that. But all right, on to my pick. So, um, we've done it all. You know, we've done sad shows, we've done happy shows, we've done action shows, we've done ghost shows, we've done yep.
oh, even then
And
Shoujo,
well,
the little
this
girl.
week we're gonna jump into the Western world, good old the United States,
So Ruby.
of course. But yes, we are doing Ruby, Volume 1. Uh, luckily, we are both Rooster Teeth fans, so I'm pretty sure we'll enjoy it. But you'll have to find out next week when you come back to watch Anime on Blast. All right, cool.
But
So,
anyway, that's
yeah,
all I gotta
if
say.
you enjoy this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you Wednesday for sure with a new video, and then back next Saturday for another episode of Anime on Blast, and it will be Ruby. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Blackout and Whiteout signing out. What's up, guys? Yeah, so as you can see, this is obviously wasn't the end, because we forgot probably one of the biggest parts of this show, which is crazy that we forgot about this. We won't take up too much of your time, but
Yeah.
all right, go for it.
It's I like how we go to this format to kind of decrease time and talk about more wider range of stuff. And we forget the most like we forget
Yeah.
something so important. But all right, so tell me, since you were the one that realized it,
How
what did we
freaking
forget?
beautiful the animation in this show is.
Oh my God. It's so good. And this is to me this is where A1 Pictures shines as a production company at whatever animation studio. The anime is gorgeous, especially how when Kosei Arima when he first walks in the park and sees Kaori on the jungle gym thing crying and she looks back. It was beautiful, a breathtaking scene, one I will never forget. And plus, when they
Oh,
did the piano playing, and I know the hands were
it
CGI,
looked
but it
incredible.
still looked really good, and you could almost not, you can barely tell it was CGI
I
as
mean,
well.
even for like honestly for
But yeah,
CGI, like that was so impressive. I mean, the how fluid it was, how beautiful it looked, how natural it looked was what got me. Like it genuinely looked like someone was playing the piano. That's how fluid it was. That's how like every tendon and muscle moved in their fingers to create that sound. It was just so gorgeous. So there's a scene where it's like almost like shooting from their chest and you're watching the fingers play. You see two hands playing and then you see like a shine, almost like a reflection of their hands playing, and they both look incredible. Like I was blown away. I genuinely think so far this is probably the most beautiful anime I've seen in terms of uh, just in all aspects, like the CGI, like the colors, the drawing, all of it. It was just gorgeous.
I would say definitely this is the best looking show we've done yet. But I mean, besides
Yeah,
Kizu Monogatari, but
yeah,
that's only because
and it's
that's a
also like
movie.
a different kind of art style to this. You know, it's like almost like comparing apples to oranges,
Yeah,
kind of.
the yeah, especially since I remember in Kizu Monogatari we said that the backgrounds and stuff looked
Yeah,
too real for the anime.
yeah.
It,
So
it, was, it was a little jarring. But the color palette is something I would like to say too is it's really bright and vibrant
yeah,
and it
I mean, it's
works
definitely it's
really well with the show.
it's very vibrant when it needs to be, but when it's trying to like get the mood to be dark, like yeah, like all like
Oh,
the
it
colors are
does.
dimmed down. It's more dull, and you feel the anger, you feel the sadness just by looking at it. It's incredible.
Ex ex yeah, especially when Kosei's
Hmm.
thinking about his mom. And that's another thing I loved. And I don't want to get into that because
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
already
So,
talked too much.
all right, this is the end. I hope you guys liked it, and this is actually Blackout and Whiteout signing out.